talk a lot. All right. Recording turned on. All right, perfect. All right, week 47. Let's go through our highlight reel. So yeah, I didn't get to catch Steve Dahl's presentation. Um, but yeah, we had a good attendance and looking forward to catching a replay. Got a bunch of fun idiots of the week for you guys. So we also got some official updates from the crime section. So we got Bill Wong sentenced to 18 years in prison. So it's been a while since we've talked to him, but we'll look at his sentencing detail. And with cryptomania, there's also been NFT mania. So the only side of an NFT trade you should be on is the sell side. There's no reason to be on the buy side whatsoever. Um, this is just pure madness. I like this should never have been a thing. This is just scamming dumb people. Okay. But yeah, we got an explosive week. So we got some space stocks and idiots there. Lots of Spirit Airlines. We got a double feature here. We got super micro lost porn, of course, as well. We'll look at just a second. We got lunar aspirations that impaled itself on an asteroid. So we'll look at that. And then this is funny. BlackBerry took 35,000 from me, but I still have Snake 2 on my Nokia. So we'll take a look at that. That was funny. And getting to our general news cycle, we'll look at our overall indexes and we'll look at our fear and greed our fear and greed indicators, especially the Heidenberg-Omen and the McKellen Stock Breadth Index. And then we'll take a look at our Stock Traders Almanac from Jeffrey Hirsch's team. So we got November, December, and January. And we got some limited sector rotation data at the moment, but I saw this bubble up on Zero Hedge. So we could take a look at XLU, one of our 11 subsectors of the S&P 500. And then we're kind of coming into a tail end of our earnings season, and the holiday season will be upon us, and therefore, hopefully, somewhat subdued Santa Claus rally. But yeah, looks like today we got Intuit, Gap, we got Ross, and that's it for major titles for the week. But we do have lots of earnings reports to go through. So obviously we'll talk about Nvidia, and we got to talk US consumer sentiment news. So we got to talk Walmart and Target especially. So we got earnings from both, and we got some commentary from a dirty referee, and that's of course Goldman Sachs. So Goldman, I mean, this is a kind of a cool graphic. Yeah, Goldman has crowned Walmart as the winner in the trade down phenomenon, crushing Target in Dollar General. And don't forget Dollar Tree. That's been a garbage stock, so we should take a look at that. Why am I not shorting Dollar Tree? I forgot about that. Let me just jot that down. And maybe Dollar General. All right. But yeah, we'll take a look at all of those earnings. So lots of numbers to check out. This is slightly out of date, but yeah, we'll check out Swaggy stocks and our counterparty risk with the Wall Street Bets team. But yeah, shifting to our general news cycle, we'll look at some economic news and we'll zoom out a little bit and look at the potential future. So everything's on the table from debt jubilees to market crashes to market melt ups. So we'll take a look at all of that. And I updated our Black Swan list. Unfortunately, it's been a rough week. So yeah, um, we're having the foreshadowing of like crystal knock nights happening in Europe yet again. It's a little bit different this time, but this will not be pretty either. Um, let's see. Oh, Ross's question. Yeah, it should be in the content library. Yeah, we can take a look in just a second, Ross. But yeah. So yeah, this is not going to be fun. But you imported the third world that's especially hostile to Jews and homosexuals. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Okay. And then shifting to theaters of war, it's been a little kinetic. So we have we're playing hot potato yet again with big missiles. So that's not fun. And then this is new. Uh, Biden has allowed anti-personnel mines in the Ukraine. So apparently we've learned nothing from Kissinger and Southeast Asia and Cambodia. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen like landmine explosions. They're terrifying. and they usually hit mostly civilians. And of civilians, they hit mostly children. So
Horrible.
it's a war crime. It's the war crime of war crimes. So yeah, and they are really difficult to remove and disarm for obvious reasons. But yeah, uh, yeah. Sorry, comment, question, Dave?
No, I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
The
yeah, mine.
Russians are doing the
there's
Russians
a
are
little
doing
curious
exactly the
animal
same.
going in there that wants to scratch Biden's face off.
Yeah, yeah. So this could be a new DMZ in the making. And Ukraine was designed to be a buffer zone for better or for worse. So I guess it's reverting to its true use as a buffer zone. So it is what it is.
But aren't the Russians doing exactly the same thing?
I don't know is the correct
No,
answer.
they aren't.
Yeah,
You're
they
I
are.
don't
you're
really?
reading propaganda.
Russia landmines? Really? Can you show can you find a headline? In 2024, yeah. Let's see. Relatively speaking, Putin has been extremely restrained. I would have nuked DC already if I was on the other side. So yeah,
Well, I'm for Ukraine. I really don't want to see the Russians win on this one, but anyway, because I think it's
Well,
just a
you
stage to
should have
keep
kicked
keep
Biden's
moving
ass
forward.
a long time ago.
yeah, yeah. No
Yeah,
worries. We don't have time to get into the 2014 Minsk agreements at this point.
yeah.
But yeah,
The problem is that
Ac-
we
Actually, it goes
we have
further
to get
back than
I
that
I
when
I, I
discussion
the
more.
understand. I understand. I understand.
yeah.
It's a complicated history. I mean, I'm up to date on top even like Mongolian excursions into the Kievan Rus. So I know the timeline,
I
but
mean, if Ukraine hadn't been persuaded to give up their nukes, the Russians would never have decided to invade.
but there was that promise of NATO 20 years ago. So it's complicated. I understand. I understand.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but we know Dick Cheney is happy with the status quo,
But
which is bad for everybody.
but this is I mean the Ukraine war is all about money, like resources and oil and all the rest of it. That's all along the whole area that Russia has been taking or has invaded or is occupying, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we don't have time to
I have
decipher the
some
geopolitical.
anti-war sites for you. If you seriously want to hear the real story, you
Yeah,
go to the people who've been
just drop in the
watching
chat,
this
Dave.
for 50, 70, 100 years.
Just drop in the chat, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. But what else is happening? So the U.S. embassy has been shut down in Kiev, and Kiev's on the west side. So if you add all these dots together, they're basically cleaning house in advance of the inevitable, Russian incursion. So um, yeah.
I
Um,
mean,
I mean, you don't shut down embassies when you're winning or plant landmines, and launch missiles. So, kind of a wet dog with his last antics, really. All right, pivoting to domestic news. Oh yeah, I gotta update this. But yeah, I got some analytics on home prices to income. This will terrify you, but nothing. It's not going to surprise you, of course. Coastal cities are ridiculously overpriced. We are all overpaying. What else? Jersey's Mike's has sold out to the dark side. 7 billion from Blackstone. Um, it's a tragedy. M&A activity galore, and to private equity, no less. Holy cow. And what else? Kind of adjacent to US consumer news is USPS and their latest debacle with 9 billion in losses. What is that? 9.5 billion is compared to trillions, that's what? Drumsfield's figure was 2.3 trillion on September 2001. This is only what? 1/20th of that? Okay. What else is fun? I thought this was a good headline. If Warren Buffett is selling, should anyone be bullish? So, yeah, it's a good question for all of us. And pivoting to Bankster and currency news, this was a premium article, but I did like the graph. We could take a look at this. But yeah, Investors are not thrilled with high yields on the back end, but yeah, we'll take a look at this.
Can you scroll up for just a second and show me the title on that?
Yeah,
Okay,
this was
Treasury
from
issuance. I got
yeah,
it.
it's from today. You'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to archive, you can find the
Yeah,
cash
I got
base.
it. I
Yeah, yeah.
just I
Okay.
needed keywords to search
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's on page one or two. But yeah, explosive crypto news. So we got to talk Michael Sandler. We got to talk Mara, and we'll look at analytics, inflows. It's been explosive. So yeah, crypto. It's been a big week for crypto holders. We got some real estate news. Existing home sales are having their sugar high, but it's very, very paper thin. And on the other side, on the construction side, housing starts and permits are back down near COVID lockdown levels. So lumber might be cheap, but it's still terrifying. Oh, and I just drove back from Northern California. I went to visit a friend in Humboldt for a week and just came back. Passed by a lot of closed down like lumber mills and whatnot. It's pretty sad. So yeah, um, the lumber industry is just really slowing down up there. I mean, it's always been dying, but it's even worse now. Okay.
That's the tree huggers.
Yeah, yeah, the
The
redwood
tree
curtain.
huggers are the ones who destroyed that. That's not consumption or um
I mean, lower demand
everybody
doesn't help.
wants building materials.
Yeah, but lower demand doesn't help either.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
coming off of the super high prices of
Yeah, it's a confluence of general dystopian
oh,
slumps.
but the tree huggers ruined timber in Northern California,
Oh, okay.
Southern
Uh,
Oregon.
oh, okay. I'm a little fuzzy on that, but yeah, it's nice to be in the state of Jefferson, relatively speaking.
Yeah,
Okay.
50 years.
All right. Pivoting to tech news, we got some updates from SpaceX, and I didn't know Polymarket has this as a bet on booster catches. I guess degenerate gamblers will be degenerate gamblers, and yeah, we should check that out in a second. But yeah, the DOJ is spanking Google Chrome for a second, and I wonder if this is a dog whistle to the incoming Trump administration, because you got to think on the other side. Remember Zuckerberg kind of waved the white flag about 2 months before elections, and was like, "Hey, we might have had a hand in 2020 censorship and dirty dealing." So Google made no such concessions, and I don't know. Maybe this is the DOJ head trying to save their ass. Hard to say, but
I
um,
think that's Democrats.
yeah. I mean they're eating their own, right? But yeah, it's Zuckerberg is probably not sad about this development, so we'll leave it at that. But yeah, if you've seen any of his footage on Instagram and whatnot, at least I gotta say, like 2 years of jujitsu has really helped him look less Android-ish. But yeah. Shout out to Ross for this NVIDIA image we had back in the day. I don't know if it'll be realized to these same values post-split, but I still think it's important. And especially in this first kind of overheated earnings, or one of the first overheated earnings, as ASML's, forward pipeline has collapsed, as we've seen, other issues, in the sector. Um, yeah, Nvidia's days might be numbered if the foundries aren't expanding. But yeah, we'll see. Pivoting to labor news, this was updated last week. We're again still well north of 500,000 jobs for white collar jobs lost for 2024 across uh, many companies. But yeah, and then the official count since for this week, claims data has hit a 3-year high as initial claims tumbled to 7-month lows. More Fugazi figures. All right, good stuff. Pivoting to international news, we got some cool crime-related updates, which is always fun. Nigeria, the richest man confronts the oil mafia with a new $20 billion refinery. There's a great quote. I knew there would be a fight, but I didn't know that the mafia in oil, they are stronger than the mafia in drugs. And being named Warren, I don't know why. I have a strong attraction to the underground, literally. But yeah, if you study like Russian organized crime as it's evolved in post-Soviet fall, a lot of them have scaled towards energy for obvious reasons. So yeah, this statement is pretty on point. And yes, the mafia, if you think about it, drugs to a certain extent, it's for pain relief, and also at least when you play with stimulants, there's the energy aspect. So, you know,
Look at the history of United States politics. It's all oil.
yeah,
Just,
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this is it's a
Isn't
core
a lot of the
underpinning of the world.
Nigeria stuff backed by
Oil is life.
China?
Some of their ports, yeah, some of their infrastructure, but not particularly Nigeria. It's the lesser countries. Nigeria is probably the strongest out of West Africa, one of the strongest players, and they're a little bit more resilient to China's flailing geopolitical attempts at expanding there. But yeah, we'll take a look at this. This will be fun, and we got some good global wealth analytics. So we'll take a look at that. And this is exciting. Millions of Swedes receive a How to Survive War booklet from the government. And this kind of goes back to, I guess, World War II days, even, with Sweden and Finland fighting the Russians. And again, the most famed sniper in the world is a Finnish guy, and he was using Russian hardware, shooting Russians. It's crazy. But yeah, this is spooky. But keep in mind what else is happening in the Scandinavian countries. They are the highest concentration of Northern Africans, probably much worse than like Michigan and whatnot. And we've talked about this, it's been a while, but we talked about this in 2019 and 2020, if you guys vaguely remember. But uh, Malmo and Sweden in general is the grenade capital of the planet. And they have huge troves of AK-47s and matching ammunition that's been shipped in. It's just crazy. And then me being Warren, I just, these are bookmarks in my head, but I even grabbed an old screenshot. This is from 2018. I can't find the older articles, but a lot of them are scrubbed for political reasons. But again, you do not want Africans with grenades and long rifles. That's a bad combination. Like I just hope the Vikings can wake up and fight them off at some point. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. Okay, oil and commodity news. Natural gas has been peaking, so we'll take a look at UNG. And if you guys have noticed at the gas pump, prices have been dropping quite low, so that's always exciting. And if you guys are ever driving up north, the cheap gas I'm told by the locals was Indian casino gas stations are the way to go. All right. And precious metals, we'll take a look at that. Myself and all my fellow friends are on suicide watch still, but we'll take a look at the latest in miners, ETFs, and physical premiums. And then pivoting to China news, we're seeing a very, 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 very flat, what's called singles day. So this is like the 10-10, 11-11 stuff that China likes. And it was a disaster for their kind of seasonal promo. And it's not just for iPhones, but Huawei also had like a very poor pre-Christmas selling season. But yeah, it looks like Trump's heavy talk with Robert Lighthizer potentially rejoining his team has quite scared the international folks. And again, like I've heard a lot of friends push back on this. We've been discussing this quite a bit, but tariffs are great against fighting an adversary that's using state-sponsored entities to promote dumping. Like like dumping is overkill, and yeah, triple-digit tariffs, are not unreasonable when you're trying to fight off Beijing, especially when they're shipping defective EVs. All right. And then more geopolitical stupidity. Again, I hope the Vikings wake up and figure out what to do. And again, if you've ever met any Danes, they're huge people. Like I look small next to them. But yeah, we'll take a look at some macro econ numbers. This is really a nothing burger, but On paper, on a notional value, China is a big dog, but they've peaked 10 years ago, and right now everything's collapsing. Cool. What else? T-Mobile had another data hack. I mean, who really cares at this point? But yeah, that's it for the week. And yeah, let me see. Any chats? Oh, let's do our poll for the week. I would love to know where you think the market will go by next Thursday. And looks like this menu interface has also changed, which is annoying. Okay, I found it. All right, you should see on your screen a survey or a poll for bullish, sideways, or bearish. And as you're doing that, I will pull up.
What did we say? We I think we failed last week.
We were,
I think
yeah, we were not as
I think we
optimistic.
were up or same, and we went down.
We were like, yeah, we were reasonable. I think it was all bull it was like half bullish, half sideways, I think.
Yeah,
Something
because
like
I
that.
was one of the bullish, and I kicked myself afterwards because the
Oh, it was
magic
not bullish.
number, yeah,
It was
it tells
crazy.
me that it won't hold.
Yeah. Uh oh, Kurt, I forgot how to do the lookup that Chernicky showed us. Where's the URL that he told us to click? Like to get to that content organizer, if you recall.
Uh, I don't recall off the top of my head. I'll have to take a look too.
Yeah, I was looking and it's just like I couldn't find it. It's just some simple one-line link, but I couldn't find it. It's okay. Yeah, I'll ask him later. Oh, wait, to
Oh,
answer.
it's go to the content library. It's right there. Contents of the content library to the right, right, right. That one, yeah. And that brings up.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I see, I see. Click to sign. Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, problem solved. Okay. And to answer Ross's question, looks like Mr. Dahl's presentation has not been uploaded yet. Who's in charge of that?
I think Dennis is.
Dennis? Okay. Sorry about that. I'll post into Discord when it does because I want to watch it too. All right, let's look at this week's results. Looks like 29% bullish, 43% sideways, and another 29% bearish. Excellent. I feel kind of sideways myself. So yeah, you guys should see that on the screen. Let's compare that against AAII folks. They're about 41% bullish, 25% neutral, and 33% bearish. So they're picking up on the neutral and bearish camp, just like we are. Okay, so we are in relative alignment. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see. So this is old. We can delete this. All right, idiots of the week. All right, this is fun. Let's see. Again, if you would like to look on Reddit, here is the master link for all of the sort of loss porn topics. And it's just all losses. And you can sort by new losses or top losses. I don't think I've done this in a while. Let's see. Who is the top all-time loss on Wall Street bets? Is this it? 4 years ago? Oh, that four years ago in November? Oh, this is bad. Oh, GME. Oh my God. 196? Oh, that was a long time ago. Oh my God. This mofo lost $10.7. Oh my God. This was 4 years ago. All right, let me leave this in the chat. Ross, can you bring up the Zero Hedge Premium article on yields? Yes, we'll look over that, Ross. And then here's the session notes just in case you didn't grab it. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's the this is the high watermark. Oh my God. Um, wow, Kamala Harris would have a field day with this, even if he held, unrealized gain tax would have destroyed him too. Wow, horrific. Um, how can you have that much money and not have, a decent, rational money manager? I don't know. There's just lots of dumb kids with too much money, of course. And we've updated last week. We have our suicide resources here. So again, if you're pro-suicide, here's resources. If you're anti-suicide, here's also resources. All right, let's take a look at Mr. Bill Huang. Um, I'm a little fuzzy on his crime, so let's go to Wikipedia for a second, figure out what he did.
Mm.
He's Korean. Okay. Archegos Capital Management 2021 caused major losses to several notable banks. He lost 20 billion in 10 days in late March, imposing large losses on Nomura and Credit Suisse. This default contributed to the eventual collapse of Credit Suisse. Holy shit. Wow. Um, okay, so he's my dad's age. Worked at McDonald's, econ major. All right, minus 10 points there. Um, Carnegie Mellon MBA. I don't know any famous Carnegie Mellon MBAs. Do you guys know any? Um, they're more for engineering, I think. Um,
Carnegie Mellon is top school.
is it? I just don't know any
Yeah, it's
business student.
there's a movie with somebody funny. John, no, I'll find it.
Okay. So this guy did Gospel of Wealth bullshit as well.
So the question is, what did they say he did?
Um,
Did he hold shitty trades or did he
Fraud
steal
and there
or?
was fraud
insider
and what
trading.
was it?
Insider trading.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. That was before his main hedge fund. Let's see. Total return swaps. I don't know what this is. Notional value of 90 billion and then triggered a default. I'm a little fuzzy. But yeah,
So he got way levered up and it blew up.
yeah. He was highly leveraged, worth, tens of billions, and then poof. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
see, that doesn't seem like a crime. That seems like stupidity. And both
Um,
on the people who loaned him the money and himself.
I guess, yeah. And you got the
Uh,
narcissistic smirk
So
here.
there's criminals and then there's people who lost lots of money and shouldn't have been trusted.
Yeah.
Maybe shouldn't go to jail for 30 years because
He's only
there's
gotten 17, so he'll probably get out in like 8 or something.
yeah.
But yeah, NFT sales. Again, the only side of an NFT trade should be selling. And even that, like I would consider highly unethical. But people are doing it, so I don't know. You want to sell stupid compressed images, go right ahead. Like I don't understand what that's
Well,
about.
they're URLs. I mean, you're
Yeah,
buying access to a URL.
all right. I know, but it's
Means
a
something.
digital
It's not
asset.
the real picture.
I know, and
And there's the Pirate Bay of the URL.
I
So I
know,
mean, you can go get the URLs,
and
the
and
whole
putting
batch of them.
putting non-fungible on a fungible product doesn't
Yeah.
change its characteristics. Like writing was it what's like inflammable actually means flammable or something. So yeah, similar issue. Oh, thanks for the Chrome update. They have to liquidate in 5 years. Okay. Not soon enough.
5 years?
We'll see.
well, they have to be out
Wait.
of the business for 5 years. They can't. They have to exit the business,
Chromium, everybody has access to
browser
Chromium.
business for five
They
years.
they don't have a case. Everybody has access to Chromium. Anybody can build their own browser at this point.
These are all true statements. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we'll get to that article in just a bit. Don't worry. Okay. First trading loser of the week, Mr. Job Known. I hope it's Job Known at Wendy's. But yes, he's lost $32,000 in one trade, it looks like. Holy shit, that's one trade, guys. Oh my God. No position sizing rules. One massive YOLO in the wrong direction. Holy shit. Let's go to image two. I gave up on options. I've lost my life savings. Was up 20,000 at one point. Sticking to shares from now on. Oh my God, multi-decade high, and he's gonna go long shares. This is just adjacent to
I,
like. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
mean, I laugh at some of this stuff because, like anybody that puts all their eggs in one basket deserves what they get.
This is
Yes, and looks like this was with ASTS. Okay. Shooting for the moon, literally.
Mm.
And oh,
I mean,
NFT Bay.
it's basically greed. They're going for the big gusto and thought they had the winning number, I guess.
And the lunacy part is they do it more than once. Like if they win once, they think like the next 10 instances will be also home runs. It's like, no, you've burned up your lifetime mojo. You need to quit while you're ahead on the first one. Like the guy said he was up 20K. So he turned 32 into 50, and now it's five. It's like holy shit.
Well, back in the day, a friend of mine that I worked with, who was into uranium futures, he was up 90,000, and he ended up he kept holding. I told him to sell it, and at that particular time, he says, "Oh no, so and so says I should keep it and whatever," and he ended up with 20 grand in the end.
Catastrophic. Holy shit.
Yep,
Okay.
stupidity.
Yeah. Looks like this is a different cat, but also did a similar trade in a different fashion with ASTS. So I didn't follow ASTS's earnings, but $177 million loss and 1 million loss in revenue. Was it this bad? Holy shit. Did anyone trade this? Oh my God. Oh, that's choppy. Okay. Okay.
Ah,
Okay, a lot of pissed off 30-year-olds in the Bay Area. Okay, I understand. All right, so yeah. Um But yeah, this person did shares, unlike short-termed options, so a little bit different. But this person could still hold and maybe recover. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right, let's look at airlines. This is always exciting. Man, Spirit Airlines, quite the roller coaster. All right. So this person, oh my God, lost $24,000. Bought last year on the merger speculation, held all the way down to zero like the retard I am. Can I get an F in the chat? Oh my God. I'll call the ambulance. Oh my God. Can't afford the ambulance after this. Send me an Uber. Oh my God. Don't think you can afford that either. Just walk. Fuck that. Lunch shift starts in an hour. Gotta go back to Wendy's. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know what to say to these kids. Like, can you paper trade? No, I gotta make rent. Why don't you just pay rent then? You don't have to do this. Okay. Save loser number two. There's not much spirit left. Completely wiped out and save. What broker is this? I don't recognize this interface. Okay. Okay, let's see. What is this? Little fuzzy. Wait, unrealized P&L, negative 195K? What the fuck? Today's unrealized, down 85%. Oh, wow. Um,
Why would you be wanting to brag about this?
for internet points, uh, and for the reverse camaraderie, like, this is trader talk, right? Relatively speaking, this is a group of profitable option traders for the most part. And then not every team is like that. So Wall Street Bets is a psychotic and autistic group of retards. There's highs and lows, and there's lots of lows, but yeah. But yeah, to be fair, yeah, why would you broadcast this? Why not? It's kind of fun. There's some fun comments. There's a lot of notorious fun smirky things. This guy's name tag says kick me if you can't see it. But yeah, it's just it's funny to them. And again, kind of like what Rob always talks about, or Rob Walker's not here, but not everyone actually wants to make money. Some people want a story. And as a writer, I definitely understand that.
Well,
But
it's an expensive way to get a story.
yeah, but these are not talented kids. They don't have anything else going for them except a lump sum of
Well, maybe
cash.
maybe they got a big trust fund that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they obviously have a safety net because they're
Yeah.
not sleeping in their car just yet.
Yeah.
All right. Next loser, Super Micro. What did Ross say? Thoughts on Trump picks for various departments and associated stocks. Oh my God. Okay. Uh, all right. We'll get to that, Ross. Yeah, we'll talk yields and appointments in just a second. All right, let's finish our loser here. Again, I don't recognize this interface. A little bit different. All right, this mofo, a couple different picks. I don't recognize. What is this? Mondelez? I don't know what this is. So yes, we got what? We got semis, some Mag 7, some missile defense, cigarettes, and super micro. This is like the weirdest basket ever. Um, what is that? That's over 20 years worth of tax deductions so far. Kathy Woods would call it strategic tax harvesting. Good times. But yeah, this guy lost $62,000. That's almost 21 years of tax losses. Oh my God. Let's see if we can find out more about this weirdo. His holdings are very eclectic. Um, he has a dog. He likes drugs. And he likes gambling. Okay. And he has an ACR and he likes sports. He's kind of mainstream. He's in the middle with his political thoughts. Okay, research done. He's a JFK Democrat that's old and gambling and yeah, this like poor kid. Okay, next. All right, similar to our other space stock, this is fun. So am I cooked? Shout out to Lunar Stocks. And this guy he just held calls and wait, he sold calls? Wait. This is toss, right? Um, wait, he just has a wait, he he bought calls and now he's in the money? Am I reading this right? No, he sold calls and in the money. All right. Didn't sell at open, then double down on my $11 calls about 10 minutes before close. Got my cost basis down to 57 cents. Cost basis for the $9 calls was 134. I'll take profits. I think I'll roll the 11 if they're out of the money tomorrow. Let's hear it. Um, okay. That's really painful. Where is Lunar today? It's been a week. Oh, 14. Oh, shit. Um, Yeah, 9 in the money, 11 in the money. Okay, game over, wiped out. Okay. Uh, why did you short this? Okay. All right, bizarre. Okay. Uh, Last but not least, bringing back BlackBerry. Wow. Okay. What was the immortal uh phone model called again? 51 something, 5,000 something. But anyway, let's see. BlackBerry took $35,000 from me, but at least I have Snake 2 on my Nokia. And I also don't understand. Oh, this is not a browser interface. Wait, oh yeah, what broker is this? Anyway, 56% loss. Holy shit. Wow. 2021 called. They want their meme stock back. Oh my God. The comments are fire. Wow, what a burn. Oh my gosh. Almost Asian Jim. Oh my God. That's an Office Space reference. But yeah, wow, got spanked. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys feel better about yourselves. And it's just maddening that post-election guys would take these crazy positions and lose money. Insane, insane. And again, these aren't fully endorsed by the SVOG leadership team, but I don't think they would really disagree either. But yeah, here's the unofficial iron trading rules to not be an idiot. And we've also inverted this to explain how to be an idiot. And it's a fun list. All right, cool. And let's jump into our index overview and let's get to it. Oh, we got a couple new folks. Welcome, Aldolfo, Joe, and KS. All right, we got our full Indian correspondent team here today. That's fantastic. All right. And what is this? IG's award-winning trading app. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, that's the interface. Oh. Oh,
That's
wow.
tasty. Isn't that tasty?
Is it?
IG
So
is, I mean, tasty is IG.
exactly. Actually, IG bought Tasty.
Oh.
So Warren, the interface that you're showing on WSP, that's what they're using.
Oh, okay, understood. They're UK based? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, okay, okay. Wow, they got some money. Holy cow. Okay. Um, I'll circle back to this. Thank you. Okay, cool. All right. Let's get to our fun stuff. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. I didn't have this prepped like I should have. My bad. Also, we're getting slowly better. All right, but yeah, let's take a look at the indexes, and we'll look at put call ratios and momentum across the board. All right, let's go to our first major charts. And for the newbies, my four-phase setup here. Top left, 20-year chart. Top right, 1-year chart. Bottom left, 90-day chart. Bottom right, 5-day chart. Okay, let's see. So momentum wise, we are continuing, smart money is continuing to pile in with momentum here. So this is on balance volume. So it's not RSI, but it's net shares positive or negative across time. So to me, it's a lot sharper than RSI. All right, so we're seeing peaking, steadily mounting inflows, and put call ratio is 2.7, sorry, 2.3, and the bearish deltas are moderate. 80s is moderate. 90s is urgent, like knife might be falling in front of you. But yeah, this is fair value is about 1.3 on the put call ratio. So yeah, this is picking up some cheap hedges really for short-term or future short-term speculation. All right, let's go to SPX, the big boy option contracts. They're worth 10 shares of the SPY. And let's take a look at the betting public. Oh, very strong normal day here. And fair value is also 1.3. So this is yeah, just a smidge optimistic. And yeah, market's up 0.2%. Yeah, normal trading day. Bearish delta at 69%. It's a normal trading day. What can I say? Nice and healthy and bullish. Pivoting to SPY, let's check out the retail centric side. And again, we don't have our shirt today, but um, our shirt says what is it? SPY. It's like SPX, but for pussies. All right. How's the betting public? 1.023 on the put call ratio. So that's yeah, fair value is about like 1.2, 1.3. So yeah, this is nice and bullish. Yeah, so hope springs eternally for the retail trader. And let's pivot to the Qs and see how they're shaking up. And let me show you guys momentum. It's not as strong as S&P, so we do want to note that divergence. So we're seeing a relative peak from 11.8. So that's what? Right post-election. And they've been selling off since that. So lots of reasons for this, right? I mean, tech, it's a little bit sensitive. It's very, rate cut centric. And Trump doesn't quite bring in the supposed peace dividend like in the S&P. So yeah, that's to be that's understandable, right? So there's Nvidia here, a lot of semiconductors, TSM. So a lot of these tickers, it's fraught with geopolitical risk on the Pan-Pacific side. Okay, but let's look under the hood and look at the betting public. 0.955. So fair value against 1.3. Bearish delta is very sleepy. So yeah, people are going very long today. And yeah, post Nvidia blues. There's still Mag 7 stocks and whatnot. I mean, aside from Chrome catching some heat, and even Microsoft is having a weird moment, but there's still, yeah, Mag 7 winnings. Okay, Qs. So cool. So that's the Qs. Let's go to the Russell 2000, the schizophrenic index. It loves to overreact to everything. It's like that annoying ex-girlfriend from way back. And put call ratio is 2.3 for fair value. So today is flamingly bullish, and they're very sleepy on the bearish deltas. So yeah, um, yeah, just another day in paradise for uh, the Russell 2000. And I've been trading the RUT, which is the 1256 version, and that moves a little bit differently than the other indexes. I'm still trying to get my head around it. But yeah, like I play all three big dogs every day now.
How are the fills on RUT?
RUT is the weakest of the three. So SPX, nickel tight, it's fairly liquid. It's the most liquid. NDX is probably number two for liquidity. RUT is really wide. You could drive like a freight train through a lot of that stuff. But RUT it's a little non-correlated, relatively speaking, to the big
Yeah,
two.
it moves.
Yeah, so
It's
I
only
do
like a
like
point
that.
seven. It's a 0.7 correlation to the
Yeah,
SPX.
yeah. So if like SPX and NDX isn't paying out, I'll scale down and move a lot of funds to RUT and then go back and forth and just see what has more action. And you have to watch your TA like a hawk and everything. But yeah, it's different. Yeah,
Do
and
you
thank you
have
for the
a?
for the
Do you
coefficient.
have restings? Go ahead. So, what did you say?
Oh yeah, thank you for the correlation efficient because I didn't know the actual number. I was going to look that up, but point 0.7 feels like right on the money.
Do you have like stops on RUT that fill on the
Stops
move?
really don't work with multiple entry iron condors because some of the stuff like it'll swing against you and you'll get gapped out. So like I tried playing with different stop limits, like big ones too, like 5x. I was testing 5 to 10x. And and in doing like autopsies, like I should have just held because a lot of the stuff mean reverts. It doesn't always, but um and even if positions go against me, I'm not scared. I'll fade the other side really heavily. So I mean, you shouldn't really do that unless you know what you're doing. But I'm watching TA and the dollar like a hawk. So yeah. Fluff question?
Cool.
But yeah, I'm really happy with the 1256 stuff. It feels like I've had like a quantum leap. I can't complain. Okay, let's look at the diamonds. Again, the diamonds doesn't quite have the non-correlational aspect as well. Oh, Flav, do you know what's the correlation coefficient for the diamonds versus S&P?
No, I don't.
No,
I
okay, no worries. I'll
I
look it
don't
up
play
after.
that.
I'll look that up. Diamonds to S&P coefficient. Okay. Okay, I'll look it up.
By the way, there's a indicator you can add to any chart to
Yeah.
create a coefficient between any two tickers, which can
Oh,
be useful.
what is that?
Uh, Go and search coefficient, I believe. So if you
Uh,
add an indicator,
okay, let's go to this. Oh, oh,
do edit study, yeah, and
all right.
search coefficient in the top left. No, correlation, CORR.
Correlation.
Okay,
Correlation.
yeah, correlation, first one. So you add that and see it defaults to SPX, but you can add anything else.
I like that. Let's see what that looks
So
like.
then you tell it how many bars back to look, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
depending on what chart you're on, how many you want to look at, because it calculates it on the fly.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's apply that and see what it looks like. I'll have to play with that. Okay, thank you. Let me make a note. Correlations study. Okay, I'll play with that. Thank you. Okay, diamonds. But yeah, momentum wise, does this share the 10-9 peak? It's close. It's very close. 11-11, and kind of a triple top in terms of momentum. Um, but yeah, it's still peaking inflows, and the diamonds is notoriously the kid that eats glue in the corner. It's the most optimistic one, and today is no exception, 0.608. So very bullish on the diamonds. And again, you guys have to recall that Nvidia has been added to the Dow Jones now. So we're seeing strong correlation due to Nvidia's corruption across all the indexes now. So it's becoming more and more correlated. I guess the Russell is, still the oddball out because it's a wider breadth of the market. But yeah. Okay, let's go back to our notes. And I forgot to look at the VIX. I'll look that up in just a second. What's the VIX count? Why do I load up CNN, the Clinton News Network? VIX is 16, 17, almost 17. Okay. At least it's not 14. All right. Let's see. The aggregate score today is 59, 50 yesterday, 58 a week ago, 70 a month ago. Wow, October 21st, 70. That's incredible. And a year ago was 61. So since we do look at this week over week, this number has gone green finally. And yeah, looks like we're out of the September and October drawdown period of last year. So yeah, good to know. And here's our 125-day moving average against the S&P. So still a nice healthy gap there with the greed analysis. And here's the Heisenberg Omen. So comparing the tickers with 52-week high extremes against 52-week high lows. And this looks at the delta leftover. And yeah, it's ticking towards the fear side. So I would, yeah, this might be extreme fear by next week if this trend continues. This is a more median-esque value of the stock price breadth indicator. So this looks like all the total number of tickers rising versus falling, and looks at that count. And overall, more tickers falling than rising. So yeah, this Trump sugar high might be dissipating quickly. All right. And let's look at Stock Traders Almanac. Let's look at the November read. All right, number one for the S&P, number two for the Dow since 1950, number two on the Nasdaq since 1971. Blah, 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 blah. Day before and after Thanksgiving Day combined, only 19 losses in 17 years. Week before Thanksgiving, Dow up 19 of the last 30, but down the last six. Presidential election years rank number one for the Dow, number one for the S&P, and number seven for the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq has been down 22.9% in November 2000 due to an undecided election and tech bubble burst. So yeah, if World War III doesn't kick off, we should have a decent Santa Claus rally. All right, let's look at December's read. Number three for the S&P and Dow since 1950. Number three for the Nasdaq since 71. 2018, worst December since 1931. Blah, blah, blah. Small caps start to outperform larger caps near middle of the month. Santa Claus rally visible in graph above. And 1998 was the worst, best part. Sorry, 1998 was part of the best fourth quarter since 1928. Fourth quarter expiration week, most bullish triple witching week. Dow up 23 of the last 32. And in presidential election years, December ranks number two for the Dow, number two for the S&P, and number five for the Nasdaq. So yeah, good times ahead, I hope. And January here, this is again 1 year off. Larry read the 2025 edition for us last week, but I think he's in San Diego and his handy dandy desk reference isn't with him, so I'll just read the older one. All right. January's barometer predicts the year's course of a .726 batting average. 12 of the last 18 presidential election years follow January's direction. Every down January on the S&P since 1950, without exception, preceded a new or extended bear market, a flat market, or a 10% correction. S&P gains January's first 5 days preceded full-year gains 83% of the time. 15 of the last 18 election years followed by the first 5 day directions. November, December, January constitute the year's best 3 month span, a 4.2% gain. And January's NASDAQ was up a powerful 2.7% since 1971. January effect now starts in mid-December and favors small cap stocks. 2009 has the dubious honor of the worst S&P 500 January on record. Dow gained more than 1,000 points in 2018 and 19. All right, very, very cool read for the next 90 days. So hope you guys are excited. And yeah. All right, sector rotation. Let me load up XLU and let me pull that chart up for you guys. So this is largest outflow for utilities in more than a decade, but the uptrend is intact. So let me show you what the numbers look like. All right, so here's XLU, which is what we're talking about. This has been a very hot sector. I kind of missed the boat in a big way. The only notable trader, I think, in our crew that's been playing this has been Faraz, and he's been long shares for AMT, and that's a cell phone tower ticker company. It's technically a real estate investment trust, but there's no real estate. It's rooftops. They're leasing air rights from building owners. It's building adjacent. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, that's AMT for you. So yeah, that's XLU. And yeah, there has been strong inflows, but it's into selling off. So yeah, a lot of new money's chasing in. But yeah, I could see old money exiting because we are at a intra-year high, to say the least. Okay. All right. And again, earnings, we got Intuit left, Gap, Ross, NetApp. And if the domestic retailers and apparel companies prior have been any indicator, let's actually look at TJX really quick. When is TJX's earnings? It was last week, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, last week. Okay. Reason I bring them up is remember our boy Gurpreet, our financial analyst, alumni of St. Mary's MBA program of the finance squad. He was a financial analyst at Ross before he went to Apple. And we got some good intel from our boy. So the reason Ross is a little different from TJ Maxx is Ross has nearly the same inventory year round. TJ Maxx doesn't do that. It's very seasonal. So that has that goose chase X factor. And Gurpreet mentioned this and someone else also. Was it I forgot. I feel like I'm not giving credit. Is it Ross or KS? One of you guys. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, that's TJ Maxx for you. So yeah, I would expect Ross to have some problems. But yeah, it could also get caught in the general US weakened consumer sentiment slide as well. And Intuit, God, who knows? Okay, let's look at NVIDIA. Holy cow. Our first earnings reports. All right, let's look at some highlights. Let's see. Some weak issues of margin. What's this Blackwell ramp? I don't know what this is. Guidance for fiscal year of 2026 and beyond. Okay. But yes, NVIDIA's market cap is now an outrageous $3.6 trillion. It is the S&P Titan. Holy cow. If they sneeze, we could catch pneumonia. All right, and let's look at performance. All right, let me zoom out for you guys. All right, here's revenue by product line. All right, Data centers, most of it, gaming, professional visualization is very little, auto is very little, OEM is very little. So yeah, a lot of data centers. Okay. That's what? 36 out of 6. That's like 60% of the market. Are we seeing a growing trend? Oh, I'm sorry, that's 2023 numbers. But yeah, going to 2025, yeah, I guess data centers will outpace everything. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. But yeah, 2026 guidance, very questionable. Uh, how can anyone make decent projections? But yeah, let's see. A little short on time, but yeah. Any thoughts, comments? Did anyone else play NVIDIA? I just sat out. I'm like, this is too explosive for me. And NDX was really weird the last 2 hours yesterday. So that spooked me a little bit. I was like, you know what? There's more money at play than I can handle. I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, I got some bad fills the last half hour. Yeah,
Oh
that,
my
that was
God.
that was crazy.
Yeah, it didn't move that whole lot today though. Up and down, up and down.
Yeah, it's relatively flat. This is probably
Yeah,
the most
unusual.
lukewarm post earnings, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's telling us something, you know. It's telling us something that economy is not as strong
Yeah.
as it's,
So
showing.
so let's recap the sector, right? So ASML earnings, their forward pipeline collapsed 53%. So big boys aren't expanding their foundries and fab installations. Number two, Supermicro has been cooking the books like there's no tomorrow with their relatives, holding uh, companies upward and downward in their supply chain. So they're selling and buying from themselves and cooking the books that way. And don't
Mhm.
forget, Supermicro is the number three largest customer of NVIDIA.
Right.
So all of those data center gains, with our Alan Chen working the data center, um, and prepping all those builds and whatnot, and managing the racks himself, like, 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 like there's a lot of clues in the ecosystem on NVIDIA's you can't stay on top forever. So maybe it's just it's time, and this AI hype train has slowed down. And look at these candles, right? Um, you know, is that not the biggest freaking doji you've seen in a while for Nvidia? Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like a freaking jellyfish.
How would you interpret that? Like there's some
Fear,
indecision.
hesitation.
Yeah,
It,
indecision in the
yeah,
market, right?
extreme
So
indecision. Dojis, I wouldn't be surprised if it formed like an evening star doji up top and then collapsed. So yeah, lot of problems.
so take profits on Nvidia if you have any positions.
I mean, it's been a multi-decade high. I mean, how greedy do you want
Yeah.
to be? Remember Jansen Wong is signing double D boobs in Taiwan. Like,
That
like
has nothing to do with the price movement.
it does. It calls the top.
No,
You're a CEO. You're not a
no.
rock star. Like when old Taiwanese groupies are showing up to get their boobs signed, like we have a problem. It's a top.
It's just funny. That's all.
And I still know that was June, 2024. I always remember the day. All right. I mean, if you went to Jansen in Sunnyvale and you asked him to sign your boobs, I would short Nvidia immediately. Local meetup, All right, let's look
Oh,
at
did he
Target.
have a tattoo? Did he showing his
Yeah,
tattoo?
he has the old tattoo, the
Oh,
old
okay.
logo. Um, would I do that of my company? What if the company dies? Uh, I don't know. Yeah. Tattoo degrades athletic performance, so I wouldn't get it, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. Target. Let's talk our next earnings. We'll look at Target and Walmart, and then we'll move on to our funner geopolitical topics. But yes, let's take a look at this. And again, this is adjacent to a lot of domestic tickers, right? Dollar Tree, Dollar General, we got Ross earnings. We're keeping our eyeballs on the US consumer. All right. Lots of numbers here. Even as a finance kid, I kind of glaze over myself. All right, let's just look at the good quotes. Sorry. Okay. Expectations were muted, which is why short interest was at near 4-year highs. Big EPS issue, which they ended up having one. Gross margins 100 basis points light for Q3 and Q4 margins. EPS earnings miss, gross margins, blah blah blah, are light. Yeah, it's just bad. And you have to think on the other side of this trade, right? Yeah, here it is. Perfect. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. The credit card trade, right? Uh, if you're buying credit cards, you're spitting up revolving credit on the other end. That's not exactly M2 money supply, but it's adjacent. So, you know, how are people paying for their gas and their overpriced bread and milk and eggs? It's with their credit cards. It's tragic. And food banks have seen peak peak inflows. And there's one here in was it the Second Harvest one is on First Street, right? I like to watch the inflow every now and then. It's a little spooky. Like when I see very nice cars show up, I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah. Uh what's in the comments? Oh, we got a nice graphic. What is this? Annualized return of the S&P at the peak of every bull market. Oh, this is beautiful. Thanks, Ross. Let's see. Uh, what if you only invested on market tops? Uh, I know the chart is reassuring, but you know, I don't want to be selling put spreads. Like, no. How about no? Uh, this is a very smoothed out graphic. Like the blood and carnage is not pictured. Let's see. Look at all the companies that NVIDIA has pumped money into, sound, etc. Yeah. Okay. Let's just say the next, NVIDIA and sorry, the AMD and NVIDIA family get together at the end of the year should be a riot. Like it's just fascinating that a whole family, owns two large ends of the business. It's crazy. All right, let's jump to Walmart. Again, shout out to the corrupt Goldman team for at least pumping out a decent article. But yeah, let's look at Walmart. Have you guys been to a Walmart? I actually had to go into one. They locked up everything. I just needed like what did I have to get? I forgot. Some
It's
minor
now
toiletries.
all self checkout too. They don't have any more cashiers.
The Milpitas one is still up. They watch you though.
Yeah.
But I'm not black, so they know it's not the tall Asian guy that's gonna steal. Um, okay. Now that we're done being racist, let's look at the gross profit rate. All right, let's see. Year over year change. Uh, oh wow, they're even citing a negative impact of currency fluctuations. What would the Japanese housewives think of that? Um, uh, yeah, I guess just the revenues are flat. Or these are projections. Oh, holy shit. Wow. Okay. Um, what else? Average transaction growth slowed. Customers are buying more at each visit, driving ticket sales. I could see, yeah, short-term hoarding. I understand that. EPS slightly up, net sales slightly up. Yeah, this is the only game in town, really, I guess. Oh, I also went to Reading on this recent trip. So I've been to the Walmarts of Milpitas, Humboldt, and Reading in the same week.
Wow.
Uh, Reading was a lot fancier than I expected. I saw Maseratis, Escalades at Walmart. I was a little surprised. Like, this is Reading.
Wow.
But yeah,
They drive Maserati and then shop at Walmart?
yes, I
Doesn't
saw
make
it. I saw it.
sense.
I saw it.
Doesn't
I
make
saw it.
sense.
And Escalades parked outside.
Maybe they're
Some
all stolen.
some fancy
That's gotta
ranchers.
be the weed
Stolen.
trade or something.
Listen, man, in Reading, Walmart is the top of the line. That's
Yeah.
where the rich shop.
Reading's pretty sad place.
Yeah.
For those of us that don't know your Northern geography, let me show you where
Mhm.
Reading is. So there's something
What's it
called
like
this
there?
like if you're a redneck, it's home
Mhm.
sweet home. If you're not, you won't like this.
Yeah.
And I visited my boys. They gave me a state of Jefferson flag. If you don't know what this is, yeah, I'll open it since I can show you guys. Show and
Not a
tell.
horrible place.
It is a horrible place to live.
No,
No,
it's
it's not a
depends.
horrible place, but
Depends.
you don't want to be around people who snort crank or
Not if you
Oh.
sell it
the
to them.
bottom of the
All right.
bottom
So,
pretty
all right.
damn
So this is
bad.
the state of Jefferson flag. If you don't know what this is, it's a joint venture between the rebels of California and Oregon. So you have the two X's because it's we're being fucked over by Oregon and California, and then I forgot the other symbolism. But anyway, so yeah, if Texas secedes from the
See?
Union, then the state of Jefferson will be the next region. So it's about this area. So a lot of you should forget California has the most conservatives in the US. We're just, outflexed by cheating and idiocracy in the bluer counties. But for the most part, California is small towns and pretty red. So lots of guns, all that good stuff. 2A concealed carry permits galore. But yeah, here's Reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's right south of Mount Shasta.
So are you saying that a lot of conservative people live there, or
Yeah. Like
Oh.
like all these counties are red for the most part.
Oh, really?
Like you can concealed carry without any just with a couple classes for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are all red. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot
Uh
of pickup trucks.
yeah. The meth problem isn't as bad as Dave makes it seem. Don't be poor. Let's do that first. All right. But yeah. All right. We looked at Walmart's briefly. Let's look at our counterparty risk. Where are we selling our bets to this week or today? Today we're selling a lot of action in MicroStrategies, Nvidia, Bitcoin, Archer, Planes, Lunar. What the hell is Corn? Freaking Reddit, Supermicro, Snowflake, Mara, Rocket Lab, Google, Amazon, Google, Coinbase, Tesla, Buzzword, Meta. What is MSTU? Hood, Intel,
Yeah.
Oklo, Qs, and Palantir. What is MSTU? That
Is this
is,
some MicroStrategy inverse, some kind?
it's Rex. What the hell is this?
Like share. What's that?
It's a 2x leverage MicroStrategy. Oh my God.
MicroStrategy. See?
Oh my God.
MSTU.
Also, MSDX is also.
Yeah, there's a whole
What?
bunch of
What?
MicroStrategy inverse,
MSTX.
leverage, everything.
Guys, we need to build these funds and collect management fees. We're working too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a one that's short MSTR MicroStrategy. I forgot the ticker. I traded it one time. I couldn't remember it anymore. Does anybody know? It's
Let me
a
look at
short three
MSTX.
times. No, I think it's started SMTRS. I don't know. I forgot. Like a 3-time leverage. Shorting
MS.
MSTR.
Ask Reddit. Reddit will know. Let's
Yeah,
see.
ask it.
Reddit.
I've been looking for it. I couldn't find it.
MicroStrategy leverage short.
MSTR.
Here we go.
Oh, what is it?
Let's see.
Is it
Oh, this is
SM?
old. This is from 3 years ago. Oh, holy shit.
Oh, is it like SMTR? I don't know. It's a short, three
MSTR
times
short
leverage.
leveraged. Oh, let's just look up all the leverage. MSTR leveraged ETF.
ETF short. MSTU.
3x? 3x.
T1, MSTU.
This is old. Might have oh, 3LMI. Here it is.
Oh,
LSE?
what is it? Oh, no, not this one, not the one.
LMI3L?
Nope. It starts with S.
Oh,
Yeah, something I lost. I couldn't find it anymore.
here, MSTR3X.
Short. You have to say short.
Does it make sense to stay trade? Day trade, that might be it. MST3?
No,
No.
no. Yeah, it's so weird. I couldn't find it again.
Oh, look, oh, 1 second, 1 second. You guys see this? This kid, he's 19 years old, makes $26,000 a year, wants to day trade 3x leverage microstrategies. Like, this is the counterparty risk. This is why we sell options to these dumbasses. He's 19. Like, what was it? Like, I was building businesses at 19, but he's not. He's gambling at 19. Sorry, we haven't found it yet, Wani. I'll leave.
I'll look for it.
I'll leave this tab open if we do find it. Okay. What else? Okay, so that was that. Hood, Intel, Oklo, Qs, Palantirs. Okay, yeah. So, what are we not seeing here, right? Gold, silver, energy stocks, a lot of the Mag 7. So the market is changing. So yeah, okay. All right, let's get to the rest of our news cycle and getting to the meat and potatoes. Did Ross find it for us? Ross finds all the good shit. MSTR? Wait,
Is he find it?
wait, no, that's the parent. Hold on. Agree. What the hell? Oh my God. Okay. 3SMI.
No, not any of this. No.
Oh, okay. Don't know.
How do you go to your account statement on Swim to look back on your trades? Because I was trying to go back to find that ticker. It was only like about a couple of weeks ago I traded.
Oh, yeah,
The easiest way is just look on your annual P&L, and it shows you the P&L for all the tickers you trade.
Correct. It'll list them.
Oh,
You can
okay.
sort by like profit year to date and then just look.
Oh, okay. So go to the account statement and
Yeah,
then
and scroll to the bottom.
account summary, right?
Yeah, it lists all your tickers for the year, and you can sort by P&L. So if it was profitable, you'll find it in the profitable section. If you
Oh,
lost
okay, so
money, look in it. Yeah.
okay, so go to the profits and losses, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I see it. Okay, I can find it from here. Yeah,
okay, yeah. Let us know. We'll put
yeah,
up
I'll
the
let you know. I'm
charts.
looking for it right now. I'll look for it right
Okay.
now. I'll let you know.
And I gotta ask, is this liquid? Can we trade this?
I found it.
MSCU? What is it?
SMST. SMST.
It's a
Two
2X.
times, two times short MSTR ETF.
Does it have liquidity?
SMST.
Oh no, it's monthlies. Oh my God, I'm not gonna. No.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Wait, and then how does the rebalancing work every night? No, we're not playing this. No.
Don't play it.
Because it has to rebalance every night, and then
Yeah,
there's
yeah, I
monthly
know, I know.
contracts. Like you're gonna get caught
Getting
in the middle.
killed. Yeah, you're getting killed. Yeah, I found it.
But it's interesting. It wouldn't
Yeah,
hurt to have an extra ticker to use. That's very cool though.
yeah. If you want to short MS MicroStrategy, the cheap way, it's pretty cheap,
way,
right?
the cheap way. And if anyone wants to do a deeper dive, like I know there's a lot of crypto fans here. But Peter Schiff has been on fire, like talking shit about MicroStrategies, just to be a critical thinker and present the other argument. If you're looking for reasons not to go long MicroStrategies, Peter Schiff on YouTube or podcast has some great points, especially on his latest podcast from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys read about how he, I think I posted on the Discord about how he used, what is it, convertible notes, right? To sell those convertible notes and then
Yeah, yeah,
buy Bitcoin with that.
yeah. And the whales like that convertibility, but it's not going to work if MicroStrategies is insolvent. So those senior financiers will have to play hot potato.
Mhm. So
And
like,
Mara's doing the same thing, right? I mean, why wouldn't you? Riot should be too.
exactly,
Like, if the
right,
CFO isn't, they should be fired. Like,
right. I mean, when the market is hot, why won't they do that,
right,
right?
right, right.
Just taking advantage of the the hype in the market right
Yeah,
now, and then just keep buying your Bitcoin.
yeah. And I know there's major gains to be had right now, and especially once Trump takes office, the sovereign Bitcoin fund gets developed, like it's gonna go crazy. But we're not there yet. And let's look at what's in front of us. So here's a nice breakdown of the Nasdaq, and we're mirroring the current bubble for at least, the equivalent, if not accelerated collapse. So I really like how this is written. So let's look at the couple points here. So A here, point A is the peak of the AI bubble. Point C is post-crash, the first bear suckers rally for the dead cat bounce. And point B is inflation not tamed. And then point D, no more century bank and treasury saves. And probably QE infinity. So yeah, what is the Nasdaq at right now? Let me sorry. Uh
500, over 500.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or let's just call the S&P 6,000, right? So
Yeah.
um how much could it chop? Or let's use Nasdaq numbers since it's a little bit easier. Let me pull up the chart. What is it at right now? 27. It's at 20,700. So could you see it going to 17,000? Yeah. What's this? 10,000? And then D is like 5,000. Holy cow. 5,000 Nasdaq. So that's 25% the current value in the next 5 years. I could see that. I could see that.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and especially if you're a contrarian trader, more money is going to be made in the future, not now. So Warren only gets richer. Okay, thank God. All right. All right. Next cool chart. Here's share of corporate equities and mutual funds held by the top 1%. 50%. That's terrifying, but yes. But to be fair, to defend this, more income equality raises the median value of wealth. So don't get lost with this chart and don't start saying eat the rich, to be fair.
Well, a point to be made here on this chart, right, which is to watch what these rich dudes are or when they're going to encash.
Yes. Buffett, right? Like,
Exactly. That's like the canary, right? And there are
right.
many who are going to maybe encash and load up the bag holders.
No, these are great points. And it's funny while you were mentioning that, I felt like I wanted to see a chart of the M2 money supply for some reason. And revolving credit, because we're not talking about like revolving credit is it's part of the money supply, but it's not formally tracked because it's not from the Fed, right? It springs into existence when you swipe your credit card, when you sign the mortgage loan application. It's credit that shows up. It has to be underwritten and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I just want to find a chart first because that will give us a sense of consumer sentiment. I don't want a table. I need a chart. But let's look at this for what it is. Oh, okay. It's a growth percentage. Okay, 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 okay. All right. So it's row two right here. Okay. Row two is the revolving. All right. Okay. So let's just look at the growth patterns of this. So this will be connected to credit card balances, especially the total. So let's see. Um because this could give you a sense of deflation. So August was not good. We don't have data for October yet. Really, Federal Reserve? You guys have nothing to do and you couldn't crunch the numbers? Lazy asses. Um, but yeah, here's the total outstanding number. Seems relatively stable. Okay. Okay. I thought this would be more informative. My bad. Okay, no worries. And then let's see. Here's another nice aggregate picture. All sectors, debt and securities loans. So yeah, here's all of our debt. And if Trump, by the time Trump ends his 4 years, right, we could be at like 50 trillion, well ahead of 37. So, you know, Trump is not a true libertarian or even he's not a small government guy. Yes, his term was, record deficits, which were outdone by Biden, but he's still like Ronald Reagan also like expanded the government quite a bit. Like Republican in name only, right? So yeah.
Record deficit because Pelosi fucking wrote bills and called them Inflation Reduction Act and then spent
Oh
it on
yeah.
something
And then
completely not
she snuck,
inflationary.
snuck in the clauses too, right? Like you have to pass the bill to find out
I
what's in
mean,
it.
if
Like
it says that it's good, trust me, it was bad.
What about the Doge program that he's trying to
I
set
mean,
up?
that's not a department. That's basically a private think tank. And
Private.
it's not the first or the last private think tank to suggest government cutbacks.
Mm-hmm. But it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Politically, it's political
It's hard to do
suicide.
for a government. It's not hard to
Yeah,
do for a corporation. They just plain
right.
hire people.
But to be
Right.
fair,
The country is too big.
right,
I
but
I
What can
know,
you
and
do?
that's the problem is that
Yeah, it is.
GDP. I mean, I've forgotten what the number was. The military, I think that we have like 1.6 million people in just the military service. Just
Hmm.
crazy stuff. I mean, there's only 170 million workers in the United States.
Yeah, I think it's all the useless programs,
Yeah.
like all this welfare, what is that? Food
Yeah.
stamp and all of these agencies that are not
Well,
adding to any growth in creating economy or anything. It's just
but
taking away, right?
the crazy thing is we've completely lost sense of how much money is worth. Um, the bill that was proposed for disasters was $100 billion. If you go back to and look at a budget from the past, $100 billion is just like the budget of like 20 different things that ended up in the spending plan of the United States. It's just outrageously large amount of money.
Yeah. So do you guys think that during the Trump administration, the strategic reserve with the Bitcoin is something that can happen?
well, it shouldn't happen, right?
It should happen.
It shouldn't.
Could not?
It shouldn't happen.
Oh,
In the algorithm of things to do, this is really low on the list.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you're pro crypto or anti crypto. This is like tier 4 problems. Tier
Mhm.
1,
But
like yeah.
it's an attack on the US currency. So it's not adding value to the people unless you're
And
holding
and
the asset.
and you have to remember, Uncle Sam doesn't have any money in the bank account. So where does the
Right.
money come to buy
They're
crypto,
gonna
right?
print. They're gonna have to print
Right.
more.
They'll print,
Right.
and that's inflationary. So it's
Right.
then it's just different. It's a different kind of pandering. It's like you're selling out to Winklevoss and Tech Bros instead of Teamsters guys. It's like pick your poison. It's like they all
Right.
suck.
And you think about uh, God, I can't remember the alternate money system. How are we going to borrow the $50 trillion that we need between now and 2035?
Well, we don't, right? So
I
Trump
mean,
can play hardball and refuse to sign anything that raises the debt ceiling. He can just say, you guys have to make cuts and
right.
reject everything. He
That
can do
actually is a
that.
good idea.
Will he do it? No, I don't think so. He's not Volker. He doesn't have the gumption for that. Would Warren do that? Like in a heartbeat. But, Warren would be assassinated on day one.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like building ETFs. We'll end up in jail like the Korean guy for 30 years.
Oh, you mean us if we build our own ETFs?
Well, way back at the beginning of the meeting, the
Oh, I
Korean
see. Yeah.
is
Yeah,
going
to
to go
make
to
our own
jail
fund.
forever. Who
Okay.
might not have done anything horrible
Yeah.
except for trade terribly with other people's money.
It's a non-violent crime. Can we say that?
I don't know. And maybe he stole it. I mean, there's those guys too, but we don't know.
Okay, it's all good. All right, let's get to fun kinetic stuff. Theaters of war. So we have a soft okay to launch heavier ordnance at Russia, which is not great. We got mines being laid, embassies being evacuated, typical warmongering bullshit.
So
All right.
a whole bunch of UK missiles were shot, and chances are French missiles also. This is not just the United States. This is the United States joining with the
NATO.
spooks that
It's
won't let
NATO.
go of this.
Yeah, we got West Coast NATO, we got East Coast NATO. Ridiculous.
You think Trump will pull out of NATO?
He wants to, right? He's made overtures about that, and we disproportionately overpay, right, for our contribution. But it's such
That's not 100% true. There are some countries, and Canada is one of them, that's not contributing in the way that it should, but most of the European countries are.
not
No, that's
from
not true.
I don't think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, he's just using it to get people to pay what they signed up to pay for.
Well, it's true that the Europeans in general were slacking off, but in the last number of years, they pulled back up.
But
It's back up about 20 steps.
No, let's flip the
Come up with
chessboard.
a strategy.
No.
What position does the United States want to be? And if it's the biggest military in the world and that's our power,
No.
that's something we should all decide on, not
Even easier
necessarily.
solution. Easier. I'll add Russia to NATO. All problems solved.
Yeah, actually that
Oh
always
yeah, that would work really well.
that always has been something Russia wanted.
And then we unite to fight the aliens. Come on, guys. Let's
But
aim
the
the
other
tanks
side
the
of this
same
is
way.
the UN is anti-American too.
No. We haven't talked about UFOs in the last couple of years. There's lots of rabbit tunnels, but there's been interesting developments there. The real enemy is up there.
Right. We could have the world economy is dedicated to fighting aliens. That'll be the new war economy.
Mars and aliens. Come on.
Do you think Trump will disclose all those classified UFO information?
No.
Who
He didn't.
No?
Even JFK stuff is still redacted. If you can't get justice for a guy who got shot, how many years ago was that? 60?
65, was it?
70 plus
63, I
years.
think it was. 63, I think he was shot.
Yeah.
And all the shooters are dead already, including Woody Harrelson's dad, who was a mafia hitman.
Okay.
I wish I was making this up. I wish I was making this up. He was in Texas. He was there. He was the low-ranking hitman that shot out of the gutter.
Yeah. The problem is that inevitably it's going to turn out the CIA did it. It wouldn't be hidden if it wasn't something that nasty.
This guy's dad shot rifle rounds at JFK. I don't know how crazy that is. And Woody Harrelson's been trying to buy back his guilty conscience forever. He's vegan. He does a lot of philanthropy. Dude, he knows the truth. And his daddy helped kill JFK. It's crazy. Okay, back to fun, optimistic stuff like home prices. All right. All right. This is price to income ratios. So home price divided by income or average per capita income of that state. So for once, California isn't the worst, but it's Hawaii. Number two is California, and then the usual suspects. Um, Rob's not here, right? Our Wyoming and Montana correspondent would be a little bit surprised to see this, but
Wow,
yes,
that's surprising.
Montana, yeah.
Used to be able to buy just huge amounts of property.
Why is Wyoming cheaper? In Colorado even. Okay. Is there a sudden lithium deposit in Montana that I don't know about, like in Asheville? Oh, we can't talk about that just yet. Okay. Too soon? Too soon? The Maui kids are still missing. No, too soon?
Yeah,
All right. All right. This isn't tradable, but Jersey Mike's is over in case you want to change your choice of sandwich provider. Just a good story. And if you didn't know, there is science behind how a sandwich is stacked and wrapped. It corresponds with like your teeth and your tongue, so that fermented, like so the umami flavor comes out from the acid and the vinegar and everything just like works together. And that's why your home sandwiches do not taste as good as even like Subway junk, because wrapping in everything else actually makes a big difference.
Did they have restaurants in California? I never even heard of this.
Jersey Mike's, oh no, they're huge. They're huge. Here, I'll show you.
See, I'm a shut-in.
Oh, no worries. I mean, I'm a food and beverage guy, so
I've never even heard of it. It's
Oh,
just,
okay. So Jersey's Mike's, like their value prop is they're famous for delivery before COVID. Like I remember like in 2018, 2019, like these poor guys would deliver one sandwich to our office to this one knucklehead that kept ordering it. And like he tipped him like $1 or $2. I'm like, I was thinking like the economics of this transaction just doesn't work. I don't understand. But yeah, they were famous for like delivering but like before COVID. Let me show
Never
you how
heard
many
of them.
locations they have.
Never
They're
heard
bigger
of
on the East Coast, obviously, but they have a lot here too.
Jersey Mike's. Okay.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Mostly in
if
San Jose.
like if you're a sandwich guy, I love toasted anything. So I love sandwiches. Like I love Quiznos and stuff back in the day before I was vegetarian.
Oh,
Um,
in San Jose.
there's 6 of them within 8 miles of me,
okay,
and
yeah, yeah. It's
And mhm.
it's
I'm
good.
a
In
shut-in.
San
That's the
I mean, submarine sandwiches. I prefer toasted. Oh, there was this sandwich place in Eureka, Arcata, and I had the weirdest interaction with the cashier. You know what they said to me? I was like, "Yeah, I want it toasted," and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't toast sandwiches here."
Huh.
I'm like, "We don't have a toaster." I'm like, "Wait, what? It's 2024. You don't have a toaster? Like paninis exist, and you don't have a toaster." I'm like, "What?" So yeah, it was this tiny little hole in the wall, literally, and
Mm.
they don't toast their bread. I'm like, "Why?"
you're a city folk.
I like my toasted too.
It makes a difference because it
Yeah.
caramelizes
More
it. It's not
crunchy.
charred. It's not carbon for cancer. I like it crispy.
Yeah, it's more crispy when you toast your bread.
Yeah, you get texture.
Yeah, I agree. Do you like Vietnamese
Banh
sandwiches?
mi, I love banh mi.
You love that? Yeah. They're
Banh mi
good.
sandwiches.
They're good.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm a flea market boy. Like this was my life. I buy them at King Agro for $1 each. My grandfather and I, we buy like 10 sandwiches for the day. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, we're getting off topic here. Okay. But yes, Georgius Mike's, congratulations. You sold
Seven
out to the dark
billion.
side. Okay.
Oh, he sold his business?
To Blackstone.
Oh,
Like, no, you
what's Blackstone gonna do? Open the
well,
shops for
private
them?
equity, they're gonna run it into the ground or destroy your legacy. Just ask Walt Disney. Walt Disney had one rule. I can't say it, but yeah, like
I,
look what it's become.
I can't believe a sandwich
Did,
place
did
is
they own
7
their
billion.
restaurants, or are they franchises?
Franchise sandwiches,
So if they're
$7 billion?
franchises, they're gonna kill the franchises
probably.
like
Why would
everything
they do
else.
that?
Well, it's not Mike's
Well, it's,
problem
it's an
anymore.
exit strategy. If
It's
you're the founder, you get to put a $500 million in your pocket, and
Right, sure. $7
Mike's made
billion.
it. Mike's made it. We're happy for Mike. This is a win. Like
That's a
he is
lot.
the ultimate capitalist. He sold out successfully. He has an exit. Like congratulations. Now,
Yeah.
now what the fuck do the rest of us do? All right, we have to continue this meeting. All right.
Eat
Uh,
Subway sandwich.
all right, so that's a sandwich game. Here's USPS, and again, this doesn't bode well, right? So again, it's not perfect, but FedEx, UPS, all these delivers and couriers is a gauge for business activity, and this does not speak well for anything for their labor, retirement pension issues that they have to deal with. Like USPS still has a huge a huge cluster of defined benefit pensions. Like everybody else, they've switched to defined benefit post 1980s, but you still have a lot of legacy people to pay off.
Yeah.
All right, and this is getting to Ross's comment earlier, finishing off our domestic news. Like, if Warren Buffett is selling, should anyone be bullish? And I think I might have read the most Warren Buffett books in this room, like for obvious reasons. But Mr. Value Investing, Mr. Benjamin Graham out of Columbia University, like he doesn't go to cash so heavily on accident. Like we should look it up.
But he's also a
Berkshire,
very old style of investor.
but he's changed, right? In the last 15 years, he's changed especially. Like, remember, his largest holdings before 2024 was Apple stock.
Right,
Like, if you read his older books, like he is anti-tech in all of his books. Like his most
right.
famous biography is Snowball, and it talks about Steve Jobs trying to talk to him repeatedly on private airplane rides to explain what Apple does, and he's like, "I
Mhm.
don't give a shit."
Right. Same thing about, with Bitcoin and stuff like that. He doesn't believe in it. Right? So he's an old style value investor, which doesn't
Yes and
quite,
no, but I would also classify him as a drug dealer because again, you think about Wachovia, you think about Bank of America with catching the drug charges yet again. Like
Mhm.
this guy loves being a drug dealer's banker. It's
Mhm.
happening again.
Yeah. Well, he probably doesn't care if there's money anywhere. He'll,
Yeah. And like, look at if you're a bag holder of Apple or Bank of America and Warren's selling out the ground from under you, wouldn't you be scared? I would be.
yeah.
Like the most famous, well, I mean, there's lots of great traders, right? Jesse Livermore, Gann, there's a bunch of folks, but Warren Buffett's up there, right? Easily top five, right? On any list, 20% for the last 60 years every year is a big deal, right?
So
Right.
if you do better than Warren Buffett, are you better than him?
Well, a lot of us do better than 20% a
Exactly.
year.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
but
So
but but but
20%, it's not like a
no,
big
no,
deal.
no. But
When the S&P is only about 20 some 6%. So why we think he's such a great investor? I don't know.
20% a year without options is very good, Wani.
I think he does options too. He does.
Not his first 20 years.
He likes to
He
sell
doesn't he does
puts.
now. He didn't in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
His
yeah.
0 to 50 million was probably the most authentic write up. That was well before his Goldman Sachs board seat and all of the dirty, white collar crime. Like probably 0 to 100 million was probably his best phase with Charlie. And you can read his
Hmm.
old annual shareholders letters. There's books, they're free on the internet. I've read most of them. They're really great.
So he didn't do options or anything in the
He
early
does
years,
limited. He
right?
kind of legs in a little bit. He sells some puts. Like he doesn't do what we do. Like
Yeah,
we're trading.
I
We're like
heard.
especially me.
Yeah.
Like I'm trading zero DTE for income today. Like he doesn't do any of that.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So I heard
But
he
if he
likes
if
to
he did,
do.
like, can you imagine trading zero DTE with $1 billion? Like you move markets any direction you want. It's like Wani, do you like it's Friday? Are you in trouble? Let me move it for you.
He's too big for everything. I think you're assuming he trades like individuals.
No, he does not. He cannot. He
He
cannot
can't.
afford
He
to do
can't. He
that.
can't.
Right, right.
Yeah.
He cannot.
It takes him 6 months to move
Exactly. So
10% of
we,
his shares
Right.
because he's so goddamn concentrated.
Yeah.
I mean, you read any of his old stuff, Pepsi was like a third of his holdings and he
Yeah.
held it forever.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just such an
Or-
old style trading. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's not trading, that's just buy and hold.
buy and hold, it's
Old
not even
style.
trading. It's
He's a
old style,
billionaire and
buy
it's
and
Part
old
hold.
style. Like, why? You're so
Oh my
hard to
God, like
please.
buy and hold,
He
old
was the
style.
insurance company. I mean, you're missing the obvious fact that it wasn't actually trading. He ran the insurance company and he funded his trading organization with the insurance company.
Right, right.
Insurance float,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
real premium harvesting strategy.
Right.
I bet you Warren's way better than Buffett. Our Warren. I mean,
No, what is this?
yes, you are.
I'm just,
A
I'm
lot of us
very
are.
like, give me time. I'm very young, so like,
A lot of us are.
with enough compounding, like I can hit billions too. Like, and the vegetarian lifestyle will help. But yeah.
And
Anyway,
also with a lot of capital, it helps a lot. When you have more money, you can make more investment. You can
money
trade
helps.
more. Money helps. The
Money
more
helps.
capital you
Everybody
have,
write that down. Write that
the
down.
more capital you have, the more trades you can make, right? The more risk you can take.
Write that down, guys. Money helps, and being poor is not great for your
No, I mean, if you
portfolio.
have, how can you trade if you have little money in your account, right? You have to have a pretty large
Ah,
sum of
Okay. Well,
bankroll in your
all right.
account.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard to trade with
Speaking
little
of
money.
money in your account, how do you guys feel about Bank of America? Look at this chart. Like,
Wow.
it's gapping up as
Yeah.
Warren sells. Like, can you see anything more dystopian than this? Like, what world is this where Warren
Yeah.
Buffett sells off a bank and it goes up in price?
Yeah. What's going on? What is going on
well,
there?
interest rates are moving so that banks in general are going to be more profitable.
Hmm.
There's going to be more money moving hands.
Right. And then here's KRE, right? The small regional banks, the other nuclear bomb that has yet to go off yet again.
It's
This has
pricey.
and we haven't looked at these holdings in a while, right? Let's take a look. It's been a while since we were shorting what was it? Silicon Valley Bank and all those
Yeah.
weirdos. Wait, let's look at it though.
See,
Done.
one of the main reasons I think the FAS and KRE, which constitute the banks, moved after the election is deregulation, because this guy has said his whole undertone is deregulation. So
Fair, more than
banks
fair,
tend to,
more than fair.
yeah, so the banks tend to do extremely well in a deregulated environment.
Yeah,
Well,
so on that line, KRE, XLF, they should all do really well.
And FAS is the one that I'm following.
What is FAS?
FAX, what's that?
FAS,
What is that?
it's a ETF for banks.
ETF for
It's a
banks?
3x bull. Wow.
Yeah.
What is it? FAX?
FAS. Oh no.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought what is that? The banks?
Wadi has a new ticker to play with. Oh,
Wait, what
God
is
help
this?
us. It's
No, isn't
FAS.
there what is it? That financial ETF? What is that one?
Let me find out the holdings for you, Wani. I know you want to know what's inside.
I don't really trade banks
They
though.
also have the short as well. They have a
Oh,
long and a
okay.
short.
All right. So
We need to step back and start coming up with actual strategies instead of this overnight stuff.
fair, fair, fair.
I mean, I saw that trend line and I'm thinking, oh my, interest rates stop going up and the line just like aims diagonally up.
Yeah. But let's see. Here we got I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but we got Berkshire, we got JP Morgan, Visa, MasterCard, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, S&P Global. What the hell is that? But yeah, 3Xer. Holy cow. Is it liquid enough for credit spreads? Please be good enough for credit spreads. Oh, there's weeklies. Is it
That's
liquid?
the reason why I'm following this guy.
Is it liquid? Is it liquid? Yeah, yeah,
Very little open
kind of.
interest.
Oh my God, you might be the market at certain strikes. Be careful.
At the money.
At the money. Yeah. Oh no, it's good. It's good enough. It's good enough at the money. It's fair. Very cool, Ross.
Is that weekly or
This
is
is a
that
weekly. This is a weekly.
okay?
All
Because the
right.
open interest is single digit almost.
Yeah, that's a little scary. But yes, if Warren is selling, should we be bullish? Oh my God. That double chin has inverted. It's gone vertical. Holy shit. Oh my God. You have so much money. You're, Your wrinkles invert or rotate 90 degrees. Holy
He's,
shit.
Or
he's making
he
his
must,
customers rich.
or he just wants to take the cash with him.
The Egyptian method. Uh,
He's having a pyramid built somewhere.
there's Kamala neck photoshops. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh, they're terrible. I'll show you to you. Okay. S- So there was a lot of doctoring of her throat. It looks like this. But yeah, uh, it's kind of scary to look at like corrected and non-corrected photos. But yeah,
Yeah, she's
The one
those are tree
yeah,
rings
she did too
from
many
Mayor Willie
drugs or
Brown.
something.
the, the one on the right, is that really how it looks?
Yeah, those are tree rings from Mayor Willie Brown.
What?
That's okay. That's look, that went over Wani's head literally, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, let's talk fun stuff. This wasn't available earlier. Let's see if we can. Let's see if someone's archived it since I found it in the morning. It's a promising article, I think. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. All right. This is how I get around the paywall. You copy the link and you go to archive and you see if someone else archived it for you in advance. Because I did this when I had premium for other people. And we do have something. Yay. Okay, let me drop this link in the chat. I think you want this too, Ross. All right, cool. All right, let's talk.
You can also use another one called 12feet.io, 12foot.io.
Oh yeah. That's the other one. Yeah. That's the other anti-paywall. I know.
Well,
Yeah. Thank you. All right, let's see. 10-year swap spread versus I don't know what this is. Equity financing rate versus SOFR. Ooh. Okay, so SOFR on bottom, 10-year on top. Oh, cost of leverage is rising. I guess, yeah, relatively speaking. Yeah. Okay. Dealers' balance sheets are increasingly congested. Ooh, we're getting into deep water quickly. I have no idea what I'm reading. USD swap spread. Net UST positions for primary dealers. I can't make out any of this. This is way above my pay grade. Maybe Dave, you might understand this better.
I am not looking.
10-year swap spreads.
I'm gonna have to read the article.
Yeah, this is so dense.
That's
All right.
very. My
Uh,
eyes got blurry just thinking about it.
yeah. Okay. Since we're limited on time, it's already 12. All right, we gotta speed up because I gotta still trade and um I give up a lot of money to run Trader Talk with you guys, but it's okay. All right. What are the fun stuff? Yeah. So the tail end of the yield curve is rising, and we're not quite sure how to deal with that. I guess the Fed. I mean, there's not a lot of options, right? QE. But how far is that going to go? Especially with preservation of tax cuts when Trump comes in. Like this is going to be a weird squeeze. Like the deficit's going to explode with tax cuts and money printing. Like this is not a great. It's going to be a stagflation and hyperinflation at the same time. It's going to be a nightmare. They're going to drag white collar people out of Waymos and beat the living crap out of them. They're not just going to throw eggs this time. Like I don't know how this ends well for anybody.
Well, the biggest problem is that I mean the Fed is the buyer of last results, but
mhm.
again we keep on coming back to this problem that how are we going to fund the $50 trillion that we have to borrow in a very short amount of years?
We have a debt jubilee.
Well, are
That
we just
won't
light the whole
happen,
thing on
Warren.
fire?
The
Uh,
taxes on the plebs are just going to skyrocket. That's how it's going to happen.
I don't think that the debt jubilee thing will ever happen.
well, it's either that or a hard default. Like take your pick, right?
Well, hyperinflation. That's where it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen this before. This is where we have a giant portion of population's complete denial that we're heading towards a blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, they want to start a war so that they can inflation away the currency and blame it on the war. You know, that's the EU.
Yeah. I mean, we just need Putin to hold still for another, what,
Yeah.
6 weeks, 7
And
weeks?
the crazy thing is that Putin doesn't want them. Why would Putin want them?
Yeah.
Putin wants his average household to have a $20,000 a year income. I don't think he gives a flying crap about most of the countries of Europe.
So yeah, before we get out of currencies and crypto, we got to talk MicroStrategy. So holy cow,
Wow.
explosive valuation. Like I like
Time to short it.
Well,
overheated, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we
Mara,
huh?
Wani wants us shorts MicroStrategies, guys. It's game over.
No, I dare not do that.
Does that mean we have to inverse the trade?
Yeah.
But yeah, down
Because
12% for the day. There's a lot of suicidal Reddit kids and Wall Street Bets kids. They're just hoping like tomorrow there's a miracle.
well, but a lot of them go long also, you know. A lot of them probably just buy calls on Mara, and a lot of them making tons of money just on this big run on crypto.
So Bitcoin is up today and MSTR is down 13%.
I see that. But it was up a lot this morning. It was up pretty huge this morning. And even Coinbase is
Uh,
down too, right? Coinbase is down right now.
no, MicroStrategy's opened down and then just kept gapping down.
Oh no, it opened up this morning. It was up this morning.
Oh, relative to yesterday. Oh, I said
Yeah, it
relative
was
to
up this
overnight
morning.
activity. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then now it coming down.
yeah. Overnight activity was significant.
And Bitcoin is what, 98,000? Just about right.
We just looked at it. I didn't catch the number.
I think about
Oops.
98. I mean, when it hits that 100K, I think a lot of people are going to start taking profit.
Yeah.
Next step is 1 billion.
1 billion.
Yeah, that's the next resistance.
That's right.
Yeah. Every time I look at Bitcoin, I kick my ass so hard. Back, I guess it was about 2005, somewhere in that area. Selling for around $5-6 a coin. And I was going to invest in it, and I didn't.
Don't worry. There are a lot of people like you. Some people
Well,
lost opportunity. Some people caught that opportunity. So,
it wasn't that long ago, but there was a time when you could run a PC, just a standard shitty little PC,
and
make
get it for free.
two coins a week.
Yeah, and they have what they call the Bitcoin faucet. This was just back in 2014 when I
Yeah.
first found it. You know, it shows up everywhere. Get your free Bitcoin faucet. You know, you can just go and get your free Bitcoin. It was
Oh, no.
crazy.
Well, there's
No.
still Bitcoin ATMs. I mean, there's still cash Bitcoin ATMs. Let's see what the
No, but the Bitcoin faucet is a different thing. Bitcoin
oh,
ATM, you actually have to go and pay
yeah,
and
yeah,
buy
yeah.
the Bitcoin. But the faucet back in those days is basically they give it away to you
Oh,
for
wow.
free. Yeah,
Oh, I
look
didn't
it
know
up.
that.
To see
Bitcoin
the
faucet is for
sun.
free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's back in 2014.
Oh my
Or even
God.
before that, 2010, whenever it first came out. And you can, like Dev said, you could just go get it for free, cost nothing.
Oh,
All
wow.
of us people who had torrent machines that ran
Exactly.
24/7 and
Yeah,
saturated our internet connection have kicked ourselves about Bitcoin.
yeah. And
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
people that
if you
lost
could,
the Bitcoin, that
if you
lost
could
them.
you could imagine back then investing $100 or even $1,000 in it, where you would be today.
Yeah.
No, I was so mad too because I gave my kids back in those days for Christmas, and they lost them. They couldn't find a wallet. They couldn't find the password. And just recently, a year ago, I gave Conrad, right, some Bitcoin. It got stolen.
How?
Oh, I was so mad. Just last year, it got hacked. I was like, oh, we're just so angry.
Which exchange was it?
It was on a wallet called Exodus. It's an external wallet, Exodus. So I set it up for him and I sent him, for birthday, whatever, just for him to have. And somebody hacked the wallet and it's gone. And we could see the address where the money was sent to.
And
You couldn't do anything. It's gone. Somebody stole it. I
how
was
do you
like, Conrad, I
how
was
do
so mad. I was so mad.
how do you get stolen off a private wallet?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody hacked his wallet. I don't know how it happened. I used his wallet just for,
Support hasn't talked to you?
for swapping stuff. Hmm?
Support
Probably
hasn't
on
talked to
his
you?
phone.
No, nothing you can
Every
do.
hack is on the phone.
If it got hacked, it's hacked. It's nothing they can do for you.
The
Somebody
Oh,
apparently hacked the wallet.
cell phones are a
oh,
goddamn nightmare when it comes to security.
that's fair.
Yeah, it's just so bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
on. And Mike, yeah, they lost whatever.
But yeah, nuclear reactors, the
Yep,
other trade on the other side. This
big
this will
trade.
this will
Yep,
power mining, data centers,
yep.
quantum computing, all kinds of stuff.
And where are the tree huggers? I mean,
Uh,
seriously, like half the population of the United States, it just was so anti-nuke. It was just
Yeah.
unbelievable. Germany just destroyed themselves by eliminating all their nukes.
well, Germany was always going to be punished for, sins against humanity for all of time,
Well,
forever.
we're back to this long-term hatred thing that people can't get over.
Ditto with the Russian side. Like
Oh,
they,
yeah, I was
yeah,
trying that back to Russia. I didn't want to say it though.
yeah. Well, let's just say Dave and I will be on the same clump of the FEMA camp, like the maximum security
Yeah,
mofos.
yeah.
Like that'd be us. All right, we gotta speed up. So I get back to trading. Let's see. Anything else you guys want to look at? Um,
You were
no,
talking about
we
nuclear
got all the.
reactors,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
there's
I
some
like.
good tickers. I've been trading them for the past
Yeah,
few
it's a.
months.
I mean,
Yeah,
most of them are a little overheated, except SMR.
very. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I've been watching them.
Oklo
So
Oklo,
seems
the nuclear
yeah.
trade this time around is connected to AI, right? And
yeah,
Right.
for the
the
data
nuclear
center.
here,
Yep,
yeah, and the nuclear this time around is all
data
very
center.
small size reactors, the
Yep,
size of a house or even smaller that can
Right.
power
yep.
like small towns and things like that. So it's not old tech; this is all new tech,
Right.
and I think many of them are able to use lesser enriched fuel, so they are not dependent on uranium, which Russia has 80-90% of, and they can also use reused or they can reuse the nuclear material. So there's a
Big
lot of
thing.
advancement that has happened since 50 years ago nuclear plants to now.
There's a big thing about using thorium.
Exactly.
Right. The
I can
modular
simplify
thorium
that even
reactors.
more. There's high pressure nuke. That's the old giant cement things that cost billions. And then there's low pressure nuke. That's where we're sort of heading. Low pressure doesn't explode.
Yeah. So I think these are some of stocks to watch. And I think even there's a play on this play, right? Which is who is building
The
these,
sound.
who is building
You have
the
some
machines.
Stack.
feedback,
Yeah.
Ross.
Who's that?
His phone's going out.
You want to try again, Ross?
Is it okay now?
Yeah,
Much better, much
it's
better.
good now.
Oh, okay. Malfunction. Need a nuclear substation for powering this up.
Bogged
Yeah,
down in the bandwidth.
what I was saying is about who are the companies that are actually building these substations, right? I mean, these OCO and SMR are they are in the nuclear technology, but someone has to build the actual site.
Mm.
So that's another, I think there's a building, like a building play, like in the case of AI data centers, SMCI is built, has the equipment for the data centers, but someone has to build the facility, right? So who are
Well,
those?
there's a lot of talk about doing modularizing, where the reactors are like
Yeah,
less than 100 megawatts, and basically they just stack them, just like you would a power wall or something along that line.
yep.
So I think the interesting thing is who's actually building the electro part of it. The rotating machinery that turns steam into electricity. And that's if it's not GE or somebody, there's going to be a third string, and it's probably going to be in China. I mean, we're never going to own that market, but that would be an interesting thing to look at
Right, right.
because it'll definitely be pulled into a. There will be very few players.
Hmm.
That's really cool though. I just I'm not thrilled about techies having access to nuclear fuel, but sure.
Yeah, that's actually so. The effective nuclear waste risk potential is going up dramatically.
Like we didn't trust, Jeff Bozo to begin with. Like giving him a thorium reactor is rewarding more bad behavior. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
the
What
terrorist
else?
I just
opportunities.
posted a link there about micro reactors.
Oh, thank you. Yay, very cool.
You can put one in your backyard.
Oh, duh. Small modular
I mean,
reactor is the ticker.
yeah, I mean
SMR. Duh. Okay, okay, okay.
the
Yeah, that's
footprint,
that's the
it
play on the
literally will fit in the space of like 6 cars
Yeah.
new scale.
in the parking
New
lot.
scale ticker is SMR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute. What else? Oil is really boring, but this is some interesting West Africa drama if you want to read into it. Hell, there's a
Oh,
movie about this. Oh God, what is it? Denzel Washington. The first one. What's the movie called? It has some gung fu in it. Denzel Washington movie. Equalizer. Equalizer. Equalizer
Oh, I
1, right?
saw it. I saw it. Yeah.
John Wick 1, John Wick 2 has ties to Russian oil. Equalizer, like it's like it's one of the plot devices. But yeah. And I dated the leading refinery guy from the Shanghai region. Oh, I didn't date him. I dated his daughter. He had 3 refineries around Shanghai. That was interesting. Oh my God. Um,
So U.S. politics is all segmented that way. You have the oil
yeah,
people out of Texas, and then
yeah,
you have the bankers and the you know
yeah.
Really.
But yeah, here's money. Um, Looking at where it is and how much of it is. So let's see, wealth ranges.
but
Um,
something to keep in mind is the peak oil was hit a few years ago.
Peak oil.
that's that's
Oil
target.
oil
They've been
consumption
talking
is
about peak oil since the 50s.
yeah,
Every year it moves out.
right. But the last couple of years, consumption is down. Small percentages, but it is making its way down.
Until war, right?
Well, until somebody who understands math realizes that the United States should be printing more oil, not more dollars.
Well, the EPA has been subverted by the Saudis to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's where you talk about Trump.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to fun China stuff. Oh, UNG. Let's take a glance at UNG. UNG. UNG.
The
Natural gas.
OPEC doc that I put in Discord talks all about peak oil. If you want to really hear the story,
Can you grab that link for Ross?
just type OPEC, it'll probably come up.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Cool.
I'll look for it later.
Microreactor. Nice. Okay, cool. But yeah, let's look at UNG for a second since the fun topic.
I just posted a screenshot of like the SMR designs development there.
Oh, excellent. Wow, Pacific Northwest has 10. That is not what I expected. This is Langley and their friends. That's understandable. 13, sure. But 10 in the Northwest? Wow. You think there'd be more in the Bay Area, but not at all. All right. Meanwhile, Widowmaker, also forming a beautiful doji to signal more the future hairbringer of death. But yeah, here's natural gas touching the 200-day MA for once, and then probably collapse. Maybe we should be shorting UNG. All right. Because what goes up will go down. And then gasoline prices are down, as you guys have seen. Might not be a bad time to stock up or rotate stores if you have them. Precious metals, it's been very depressing and boring. Like, I'm selling. I'm silver doesn't work every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I short the crap out of GLD, defined risk, and yeah, it's just on a constant drawdown right now. It's been nice. What else is fun? Let's just fast forward to China stuff, and we'll call it a day. China. All right. So again, the Shanghai Exchange, the key psychological watermark is 3,000. And if you look at most of the data, it's been at the 3,000 average for about 15 years. It's been a disaster. It doesn't look anything like, India's Nifty 50 or other stuff. Like this has just been a giant grifting project by Beijing and Shanghai to milk the plebs. They call them green onions over there, but sure. So yeah, their latest bail-in, that sugar high has ended. There are talks of another one. Like they're just gonna look, you can't solve debt with more debt. End of story. So yeah, this is not gonna end well at all. And if you guys noticed, we talked about it too last week, right? South Korea was part of the fuel to light up the crypto fire. And let's look at whatchamacallit, the RMB exchange rate really quick. Whoops. Okay, it's been surging again. That might be temporary. There's a lot of talk on the interwebs, on Chinese media, that there's going to be a new, like, gargantuan amount of devaluing. And if my uncle was still working in Macau, we'd have the timetable with the exact project timeline. But we don't have that at the moment. So, but yeah, those currency plays are all distributed to party cadre members. Okay. But yeah, let's look at some charts really quick. FXI, Chinese large caps. And as you can see, all the gap movement is very hollow. Look at doji, 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 evening star, doji, doji, doji. Flat and tight. Just very dangerous. So yeah. And the 200-day and 500-day moving averages is nicely consolidating. And once that crosses, might be a nice signal to move some large amounts of money. But here's internet stocks. This has been a little bit more volatile. So yeah. Would I be comfortable to short this? I like it when the momentum line's below the zero for real shorts, because a lot of this stuff can revert. So I don't really like that. I like to commit with established losers. Yeah. And what is in the chat? Oh, small modular project in China. Okay, cool. Um, with Chinese safety standards, you can basically call these like nuclear weapons. So yeah, we're gonna categorize their level of construction project in a different folder. And let's look at the sector leader for Chinese internet stocks, Alibaba. And I've been doing some more research on Jack Ma, and lately, apparently, I guess in his exile, he's been kicked out of tech, and he's been getting into preserved food production, like instant foods, which is really weird and disturbing and out of character for him. And he's continuing the existing trends of using a lot of toxic elements. So word on the street is not positive about his new endeavors and ventures. It's really weird. He spent a lot of time in Japan. What can I say? Maybe too much time with vending machines there. But yeah, look at Alibaba. Sugar high and then collapse. And now it's touching the 200-day moving average. Once it breaks below the 500-day, like it's off to the races. And look at this. Momentum here is trending towards the zero line very quickly. And again, the Chinese consumer is broke as a joke. They don't have jobs. They've been living in tier one cities on savings. And they had the 3-year lockdown in Shanghai that only just ended last year. So yeah, China is to me, it looks like a giant mass grave in the making. And until you've been to these urban cities and you look around at the logistics and all, and you're like, wow, if trucks don't move food, Shanghai starves to death in like 3 weeks. Like, there's no way around it. You want to see 10 million dead bodies? Close off the highways. So yeah, that's your optimistic read of China for you. All right, let's go back to the top. We'll run our poll and we'll call it a day. So yes, after today's session, let's rerun the poll. What are your uh, predictions for the market? You should see it on your screen now. Oh, let's see. Does Cola and I have lunch money today? A little bit. Okay.
We're not going to meet next week.
Oh yeah, we're off. We're at Thanksgiving.
You might
So
you
yeah.
might want to tell people.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we'll remind people. I should update I'll update the Google Calendar.
We should do a get together for Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. I really wanted, well, I mean, I think maybe it's tonight at a time, but I really want to do we used to do an ice cream social for our end of
Mhm.
the year meeting for at the Sunnyvale site. Um, like, I mean, if I didn't ask for help, how much would that cost, Kurt? $1,000? Half a grand in ice cream, $300 rent, like room rental fee.
For SVOG.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, the Elks
yeah,
was $300.
for rent, right?
Yeah.
So a couple $100 in ice cream. We could host it ourselves. I'll think about it. If I get an extra $1,000 this month, I'll think about it. All right, let's see. All right, for the poll, 29% bullish, 57%
Warren, we're
sideways.
losing you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Ooh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, better.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we can call it here. But yeah, 29% bullish for the poll,
Yeah, we can hear you now.
57% sideways, and 42% bearish. All right. Well, cool, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I've been promising uploads. I haven't like I will upload this right after. Sorry about this. But yeah, I'll post it to Discord and then let me reshare the Google Notes just in case. And yeah, we'll chat on Discord and please stay safe, stay hedged. Remember Santa Claus rally probably kicking in, but do be careful. Lots of black swans on the horizon. And this is uncharted territory for everybody. Military industrial complex, the banks, the Austrian, hard money guys. Like this is uncharted territory for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ross, let me get you the link. It's just I need to start the formal SVOG channel, but yeah, let me upload. This was the last one. Oh shit. Week 44. Am I that behind? Okay, I'll clean this up and I'll send this to you, Ross. But here, I'll show you the last link. Just if you're subscribed to my channel, you'll see them. And yeah, I'll be uploading most of today. So yeah, looks like I have a big backlog. Okay. Oh. I think you want Doll's presentation, right? Okay, so yeah, it will be uploaded here. You have to sign in. Here we go. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, well, cool, guys. Thank you, Ross, Wani, Kurt, Dave. Uh, Jay is not your full name. I forgot what your full name was, but Bluff, Larry, Joe, KS. Cool. All right, thanks, guys. I'll
Thanks,
catch
Warren.
you guys there.
Thank you, Warren. Thank
Stay safe,
you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.